Hello, I wanted to walk you through the process of setting up your Google Meets. And I am going to utilize the document that was provided to you through an email from Dr. Goller, came recently. The document is entitled Remote Guidelines, School Year 2021-22. And the top of this document is here. I am going to take this from this point right here where it says Google Meet directions. Obviously, you can follow these on your own, but this video is meant to just give you kind of an idea of what that looks like. So the way that we are to do this is to go through our calendar. So that will be our Google Calendar. The way that you access your Google Calendar, if that's not something you use very often, you can just type in the word calendar.google.com. It will come up that way. You can also go to your waffle and choose calendar right here. Now, this calendar is linked to you, so it is your calendar. And you can add, subtract, delete, whatever you want to do here on this side. That's a whole nother video. But for right now, we're going to show how to add a class. So for Google Meet. So we're going to go up to the Create button here in the upper left-hand corner. And we are instructed to title it our last name and then the class period. So this is going to be my second period class. Second period and again, I'm just going to start it from today. And second period for me lasts from, that's 52, 56. So 8:56 a.m. We're going to put the start time, and is at 9:42, I believe, is the end time for that class. Now, that class, I'm going to set it up as a repeater. So it's not exactly daily, because you want to make it just every weekday. You don't want this happening on Saturday and Sunday. So every weekday, Monday through Friday. If you go in and you hit custom, you can also tell it when to end. So if we, I think, is it May 27th this year, possibly, school is out. We're going to guess that. And you can set an end time. Now, the next thing that we're counseled to do when we're setting this up is to click Add Google Meet Video Conferencing. And within this, we want to click on the little cog, and we want to uncheck this box right here, quick access. So when we turn that off, this is what makes it so that I, as the host or the teacher, need to join first. So it keeps my students from coming in and using it when I'm not there. Everyone else must ask to join. They can't join anonymously, and so on. So then it's important that you hit save here. So you've saved that. Now, the next thing that we're instructed to do is to add guests to that class. So at this point, you will go into your roster for your class through Skyward, and you will put in the names from your roster. To protect those students, I'm just going to use a non-student contact that I have. And what I would do is add that person right here. I would want to continue to add those one at a time. And I know that's a tedious part of the process, but you only have to do this once, and then it'll be fine after that. So that will be tedious, but only once. And if I want to remove them, I can. If I want to, I don't know what that means. So we're just going to remove. But again, we do this. Now, guest permissions is important, and I'm not sure that this discusses it. Adding guests, it does not mention this in the document that we have, but you're probably going to want to do this right here where it says guest permissions. We don't want them to be able to modify the event. We also really don't want them to invite others or necessarily see the guest list. So I think that that's another important piece of that. Once you have finished, you're going to hit save. And this will show up on your calendar right here. So I have my first period I did earlier. Here's my second period. Let's say you have a student add your class or one that comes out of your class. You're going to want to make sure you update this. And you do that by coming to the little pencil here. And you can modify your guests right here. And if you want to go in and change your guest permissions later, maybe you forgot to do that, you can do that here. The other thing that you can do is you set your notifications for that so that if you're doing something else, you'll be notified that that's coming up. One thing that might make your life a little bit easier here is that once you've done this, if you have I'm trying to think, if you were to duplicate this, I actually don't know if it would duplicate the students as well. That might not be very helpful to you, because I was thinking you could duplicate and just change the time, but it might also duplicate the students or guests that you have. So you may want to duplicate before you add your guests. So again, you can play with that. Hopefully this is very helpful to you. And again, you will manage this from your Google Calendar, and you get to that through your waffle. When it's time to start your Google Meet, you will click on your class and you will hit join with Google Meet. And because you are the host, you need to be in there first. So hopefully that's helpful. And if you have any further questions, please let us know. Have a great day.